I do feel that like one thing, especially in a small town where I grew up, where like you're not told anything about being able to do anything outside of your small town. You know, the most ambitious thing you're told about doing is leaving your town to go to another university town in the UK. Yeah. Like the thought of being able to go to a foreign country and study was like never even brought up to me. It was never even suggested to me that was a possibility. Yeah. Like no one in my school studied abroad. Like that was not even mentioned. And now I feel kind of cheated that was never mentioned to me. Yeah. Because, you know, I meet people who studied in all of these countries, and that was just because their school was like, oh, by the way, these courses are available. I'm like, why did no one tell me? This is like, maybe it's my teacher's fault. I don't know. Someone should have told me that this was an option that I could have done. This is something that, you know, there should have been more options told to me. And so I went into there and I was like, listen, the teachers are going to tell you stuff like, you know, what they're supposed to tell you. Yeah. But please do your own research and check for courses that interest you. Check for international courses. Check for stuff that's outside of what is being told and fed to you, because there are so much more options that are so interesting and way more fitting for you. Like somebody who hates engineering, like myself, who did it, was never really going to get an engineering job. Maybe I would. I'd realize within 2-3 years I despise it and I would quit and go do something.
That might have been like a deadbeat job for you. Right?
Right, it would have been something I despised, right? And that was just because there was no other options presented to me. And I almost feel like the system was kind of failed because it didn't tell me anything. I was just told these are the courses I can do. Choose. Or go to McDonald's. See you, buddy.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people do just, it's not a case of people don't want to do this. It's just a case of people just don't know that it's out there. Because I have exactly the same experience with you, where the only reason I have a more like understanding about international culture is because I come from an international background and an international family, you know, because my family flew over from Thailand. That's the only reason I knew. But even with that background, I had no idea how many different paths I could have taken in terms of like study abroad or have different kind of experiences like that.
If you speak fluent English, you can go study in any English-speaking country. And apply for an international student. And you'll probably get accepted if you don't have like, you know, a fucking criminal background. You'll probably get accepted. Like and if I'd have known that I could have just gone to America and studied, I'd have done that. 100% I've done that.
That's like one of my biggest life regrets is the fact that like I got offered to like go study in Japan for like 2 months, like during high school. And I said no because I was too lazy. And that's legit the biggest fucking regret of my life.
So I mean, I think I also had the same opportunity to study abroad when I was in high school, and I just didn't take it because I'm like, well, none of my mates are taking it, so why would I take it? And I'm just like, well,
I'm going to be away from my friends and family for like 3 months. I don't want that.
Instead, I went to another shithole Welsh town. I'm kidding. It's all right. But I would have loved to have explored, you know, and done more stuff. And if I knew that was an option, I would have gone for it. So that's the main reason why I went to the school to talk to these kids, was because I was like, tell these kids, you know,
what the fuck is that?
Teach the kids, you know, gotta teach the kids. Now, I thought, you know, I'd let them know and just say like, listen, like you can do shit.
Just do shit.
You can literally do anything you want, bro.
Like, don't let your dreams be dreams.
So hopefully, if one of those kids looked up and did something and had fun, probably not though. I mean,
because even in university, there would be like courses where, you know, you'd have the opportunity to study at one of their like sister universities in another country. And I remember they would like, you can tell the kind of people who were going to study abroad because like they just seemed like they were up for anything. And I was just like, man, I wish I had the balls that you had back when I was in university, because I feel like that would have been one of the best experiences in my life, or just like a really valuable piece of experience that I just didn't get until later in life, right? Because I feel like part of like this part of your life after university, and especially during like your mid to late 30s, is that you kind of realize that life just kind of stays the same unless you actively search for new experiences. Exactly. And I didn't realize that until after university life had ended, that, you know, we were just really lucky as, you know, as a kid, as a teenager, whatever, to just every year you'd kind of get a new experience. But once that period of your life is over, then you just have to search for that yourself, and it's just not going to come to you. You got to do that yourself. And that's why, like, I feel like a lot of people who in the same area who we grew up with, they just end up staying in that same area, or they just, you know, you go back home and they haven't changed much, right? And that's just because they haven't realized that if they don't do something, then nothing's ever going to change. And some people are comfortable with that, and that's completely fine. But I think I've met enough people in my life who have like this urge to do something new and do something different, but don't even know where to get started. And I feel like just go for it. Just
you miss every shot you don't take, right?
Yeah. Just do something out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, you don't need an excuse to do anything.
Yeah, like just take a risk.
I remember one time my friend went and like traveled abroad alone, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? You can do that?
Yeah.
Just go somewhere for fun alone?
Yeah.
And I remember I thought, okay, I'm kind of jealous. This guy just had the balls to do that.
Yeah.
And now I wouldn't mind doing that. I do. I wouldn't, it's not preferable, but I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah.
If I want to go somewhere or you want to do something, you don't need an excuse to do it. Just fucking go somewhere.
Just do it.
Yeah. Like I remember I was talking to a guy who had, back in university, and he was talking about, this was a guy in his 30s, and he was talking about, I used to work at this big company, and then I just quit and saved up and just traveled for like a year or two. And I'm just like, wait, I thought gap years were, I thought you can do that after your gap years. That's what gap years was for.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, I just did it because I just needed change in my life. And you're like, wait, but what happens when you go back? You have a career, right? I just couldn't comprehend someone just doing something out of the life path that, the career path that I was taught.
Everything.
It's like the moment you have your career, it's like, why would you willingly just end your career like that?
Why would you just quit your job like that? Oh.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, fuck. If I was in that position, I'd probably do it too,
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it does take, that kind of massive risk taking to realize that, maybe it's fucking worth it to end your career. Maybe that career wasn't worth it.
Be a YouTuber.
Yeah, YouTubers be like.
YouTubers be like.
I'm just gonna end my career.
I'm just gonna end my career. Go on a trip.
Yeah, but I feel like especially this goes to most like high schoolers, because I feel like that's the point in your life where you have the most opportunity to do something crazy with your life. Not even something crazy, just something out of your comfort zone, something that can increase your perspective of what happens in the world.
Just try some shit out. If it doesn't work out, try some different shit until it clicks.
Yeah, if you're about to go to university at some point and you're maybe looking for courses or whatever, dude, look around for like international stuff or whatever. There's tons out there.
Anything that
it'll be fun as fuck.
Yeah, trust me. Like I remember the biggest adventure I had gone on is just moving cities to go to my university town, and as in England, every city's kind of the same. You get the same kind of experience. You get Freshers Week. You go drink a fuck ton. It's the same. It was like the same experience no matter what university I would have gone to.
Yeah.
And I wish I'd studied abroad. I wish I'd done something new. And like I feel like after I quit to become a YouTuber, I was like gaining back the years that I could have had if I just gone out of my comfort zone earlier in my life.
Yeah, I've definitely been doing that. Like, since I've gotten like so many opportunities doing this job, I feel like I'm just like playing a catch-up game of like, I'm taking literally everything that comes to my doorstep now, because I didn't take any of that shit back then. So I'm like, and now I regret it, being like, oh fuck, why was I so lazy and dumb to like not take these, like, now that I look at it, amazing fucking opportunities. Now I know that everything that comes to me, even if it seems dumb or like pointless or whatever, I'm just gonna fucking take it.
Yeah, I mean, I let League of Legends ruin my life, so I'm just I put far too many hours into League of Legends, and I'm like, I want something.
So you know what? I'm gonna try something else. Apex Legends.
I'm gonna. It's like I quit League of Legends. I might try happiness for once. I don't know. I'll see how it works out for me.
See which one I prefer.
I want to see if it's for me. I'm gonna see if being happy works out for me.